Hey guys, my name is Mysca and welcome to Overwatch Central, and we're doing a tier list video today of the Overwatch metas, as you've probably seen in the title. This was actually suggested by one of you guys in the comments. I'll make sure to put that comment on screen. Thank you very much for the suggestion. And yeah, I made some pictures to represent all the metas, and Ryan is here with me to figure these out.
Tier list videos.
Yeah, I know, right? High quality content on this channel. All right. Yeah, do you want to start? You can pick any of the metas and we can sort them out as you wish.
There's so many that are so close to my heart. I think we should start with the animal in the room. Let's start with goats. This sets the course and probably gets us the most dislikes per minute if we tier this wrong. So let's just jump straight into it.
Okay, sure. Goat. Okay.
I don't think goats was as bad as people make it out to be. In the grand scheme of things, I think the only problem with it was that it was just too long.
You're really setting yourself up here.
I think the only problem with metas for me has always been that they just take too long to diminish into something else. But Goat's Comp was like a whole different kettle of fish, where it was the game broken at a level where roll Q had to come in, because stacking tanks was always good. You know, we have a triple tank here with the world of tanks and stuff, and there's various other metas that we haven't used, right? Like, that's on this list that we've ignored.
Okay, I don't think it was actually the worst, because I can think of things in here that were worse. So should we put it into E tier? I think that's pretty fair.
I think D tier or C tier. I think it's like middle of the pack.
What?
I just don't think it was that bad in hindsight, because frankly, yeah, if I was a GM player, I'd probably put it in like D.
Okay, we'll put it in. We'll put it in D tier for now. All right. I cannot. It's like, I can settle for the D tier compromise, but putting it in C tier, that's too much, man. That's too much. Okay.
I reckon in a year's time we'll be looking back fondly at goats. That's my hot take.
What's wrong with you?
I see it for how it is. That's just the truth. Like goats. Okay. Goats wasn't a problem. Not as much of a problem for us, at least.
Okay. What do you mean for us? I played tank. It was horrible.
That's true.
It was absolutely horrible. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I'll pick the next one then. I mean, I kind of want to go to the OMNIC Crisis one, because I think that's one that not a lot of people actually know what it is. Because it was quite a while back. It lasted
like 2 days. Yeah, it was like a 2-day meta.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 days in season 4. I'm pretty sure, right at the start of it. Bastion had just gotten his Ironclad change, and it was something like a 35% damage reduction just across the board or something like that. Like when he was in turret form, and that just broke the game because Tracer couldn't kill him with Pulse Bomb anymore, and it was just ridiculously OP. Everybody played him in placements. Yeah, it was nuts. I kind of want to. That one was pretty funny though as well. I kind of want to rate that one a bit higher. Like I want to say like B tier. What do you say?
I don't know. It's kind of like hearing about when your friend got arrested for doing something really stupid. That's kind of how I look at the OMNIC Crisis. Like, can't believe it happened, yet can at the same time, but you're glad that it didn't last too long. It could have been a lot worse. That's how I see the OMNIC Crisis. So
sure.
I think B for nostalgia effect, sure.
Alright.
But it could have easily been the worst meta, because it was around the time that meta mattered a lot more to people, that they were like, oh, Bastion's really good. Every single game that we played and every single enemy that we faced played Bastion.
Yeah, I remember it really well. Yeah, okay. Let's move on then. Maybe to something more well known. You pick one. Any meta.
Ooh. I think we should really go over the smaller ones before we deep dive into like stuff like Dive.
Okay, sure.
Let's go with Pirate Ship. I like Pirate Ship because
alright.
I like the fact that it's a meta, because it's very well defined on certain maps. It's still a thing. It's one of those metas that people can play and get a lot of use out of, but if you fall to the trap of Pirate Ship, that's kind of on you, I feel.
So I don't think it's that bad, actually. Like, I know a lot of people get triggered at it. Like, holy, it triggers a lot.
I think there's a lot of charm in having a composition like this that can catch people off guard.
And the name is pretty good too, so, you know, you gotta rate it for that. Okay, what do you say? Is it like an A tier then?
I think... Yeah, A tier. Just because it's like still meta, it's not that much of a problem, but it still has effective use.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of has its niche now. I agree. I like that a lot.
I think the Colour Bastion's really going to like this video.
Yeah, for sure.
Bastion in A and B tier.
Okay, so GRAV Dragon then. Let's talk about that, because that was like that was also not for too long. I think it was basically around that time where Brig wasn't in comp yet, right? I think it was roughly that time where Grav Dragon was played a lot, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but to me, Grav Dragon was a really boring thing, because it wasn't, nobody found it fun, right? Like, Zara didn't find it fun, Hansa didn't find it fun, and the rest of the team sure as hell didn't find it fun.
Wasn't it with old Hanzo as well? I can't remember what put people into that position. Because Grav Dragon was more of a thing. It was for season, like, stage 4 of the Overwatch League last year that Grav Dragon was more of a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get those resident sleepers out of my head now that I think about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that meta to the point that it was broken. It was never, like, oppressingly meta, but I still think it deserves a low rating for just being
it's
dull.
like an E tier at least.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
I think it's possibly, like, one of the worst metas that we had, but luckily it wasn't too short. It's just the whole idea of you need this hero. You always need a Zarya, you always need a Hanzo, you always need a Transcendence to counter it.
Yeah.
That's not a good meta.
Yeah, exactly. That's just kind of shit.
Speaking of which, I guess Mercy meta is a good one to talk about. The whole
Yeah.
idea of just, it's like, I feel bad for Mercy players who got a bad rep during this time. Like, granted, any player that plays Mercy that climbed, I don't think it's much of a problem. It's not their fault that their favourite hero became very meta and very strong. Yeah, I think, and it sort of sullied people saying that, you know, Mercy still right now is quite dull to play. People want it reworked and stuff.
I mean, I would say it's on the level of Goats though on our chart, right? Because I would have put Goats lower, but I actually, like, thinking back at it, actually, I don't know. Wait, Mercy Meta was really annoying though. It was really
I think it's an
annoying
E. I think it's a sim as Grav Dragon.
Yeah, I think it's an E.
I think a lot of these other ones on the right-hand side, you don't need to play, like, let's say for now, Bunker is very meta, but you could play Dive if you want to.
Do you want to do Bunker next then?
I think so. I think this is the main C tier one, because I don't think Bunker's terrible, but I also think that it's quite dull to play and watch. Watch especially. In the Overwatch League, it's quite dull to just watch a lot of
it's really boring to watch, but there are, like, things that you have to do, right? Still, like, it's not just, you know, pick the characters, right?
Right.
It's a little bit more. So, I mean, yeah, I think C tier is pretty fair, actually. I kind of agree with that, for sure.
I think it's a format. I think, you know, you are an Orisa player, so you have to sort of...
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of boring,
you could decide.
But at the same time, I like playing Orisa, you know? Like, I like playing Orisa more than I like playing Reinhardt, actually, which... I'm not sure if that's common or uncommon among tank players.
Triple DPS. I would rate triple DPS quite high. I really enjoy watching it. I really enjoy playing it when it works, and it is only a meta that works when you communicate, you talk. Like, it's the harder to pull off than Dive, say, but I do like the fact of, like, running a Wrecking Ball or a Winston solo tanking alongside quite divey heroes, or stuff like a Pharah and a Hanzo and a Widowmaker. There's a lot of room to breathe depending on what DPS you like, but it's very much a flex comp, I think. So I'd rate it like A tier, S tier. It was like watching Barcelona play football. That's kind of how I see triple DPS. It's just the best of the best. When you watch players actually do it really well, it's marvelous. I'm like A tier. I think it's A tier or bust.
Okay. I'm alright with that. Yeah, it gets some nostalgia points because, you know, RIP roll queue is a thing now, or roll lock rather. Okay, let's go to World of Tanks, because I think some people won't know what this one is either. This was season 3. I think end of season 2 as well. Actually, I might be wrong.
This was when Anna was adding into the game, and Blizzard were like, she's not strong enough, so they buffed her beyond comprehension.
I'm pretty sure that Anna was added in, and she wasn't available for season 2 start, and then she was enabled after like a week or 2 in season 2, and then people started figuring out that she was really strong. Because before then, people hadn't really figured that out, and then all of a sudden, bam, you had Beyblade meta, which was then followed by the World of Tanks meta, which was just nuts. I know a lot of people that, like, temporarily quit around that time because of World of Tanks, so, like, that whole thing.
It was when people learned to love Anna as well. And there was a long period afterwards where Anna just wasn't played, like a year and a half or whatever, because she was really bad in comparison. I don't think you can put it much higher than Goats, but I'd put it like C tier. I think, like Bunker, it's not terrible.
I want to put it into... I was going to say E tier, so we can compromise and put it into D tier. How does that sound?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Because I personally, like, think that Bunker was just better than well, like just heavy tank comp in season 3. All right, let's move on. What you pick one? What do you want?
I think Beyblade. I don't want it to seem like, oh yeah, we're rating all of the tank metas really low and all of the DPS metas really high. Like, because I imagine Dive's going to be quite high up this list as well.
Pirate ship, Urisa is pretty key to pirate ship. You know?
True, I guess. Beyblade, I think it's a B, in all honesty. Like, it wasn't long enough to really grow or appreciate it.
I really like the name though, and it gets nostalgia points for me too. I honestly don't like remember much of it. Like, I remember it being a thing. I remember it like...
It was a good meta because it was short. Like, Blizzard really acted on it quickly in order to nerf and a speed boost on Nano Boost.
I think it was better than OMNIC Crisis though, because OMNIC Crisis was just so annoying. Beyblade meta was, at least people were kind of having fun with it. I'm more inclined to put it into A tier, but we can put it into B tier for now.
Well, we can put Beyblade into B tier and OMNIC Crisis down to bunker. Because now that we're putting more stuff in, we're getting more of a gauge of...
That's fair. All right, we'll do that. That's a good change. Okay. Do you want to do dive last, or do you want to do double sniper?
Let's do double sniper then.
Okay,
sniper. I don't like playing double sniper because I'm not a Hanzo or Widowmaker player. I feel like that's the worst version of bunker. Like, I think bunker is a lot of different comps.
Yeah, like when it works just a little bit, when you actually kind of have a game, I think double sniper can be pretty fun because you work a lot with like finding more angles, and it means that, you know, the tanks can dive in, and the space you make as a tank, sometimes a widow can just get an insta-pick from it, and that's pretty rewarding. But it is kind of like
I want to play Overwatch, not CSGO. I don't want to poke my head around the corner and then die, and that's it, you know?
Yeah, true.
I want to play this colourful, low-skill game in comparison to CSGO. I didn't sign up for this. I signed up for playing tanks.
Okay, I mean, looking at...
The heroes that didn't require skill.
Like, I would put it probably into D tier. That's what I'm feeling.
I don't think it was that bad.
All right. Okay. Well, we should probably reshuffle some things after we put dive in. But let's think about dive. To me, the thing about dive is that, you know, a lot of the time when pros talk about meta in high-level games, it's like, oh, we had dive for so long, and it's true. In high ranks, you did, but that in these lower ranks, or more like not top 500 and a lot of GM, there were a lot of different things played. But I'm not sure if I don't really feel like it's like an S tier thing.
I don't think any of them are. I think the problem with a lot of these metas is that they were meta. Like, we could have like whatever meta we're in now as an example, we could really enjoy, but eventually over time it's going to be reduced in some capacity.
I think we can get something into S tier here. We just gotta like reshuffle some stuff after we put this one in. I mean, I would say that this lands at least in the A tier though. Like,
yeah, agreed.
I don't really want to put it into S tier, but I would say A tier. Okay, with this, let's reshuffle some stuff, yeah? I would say that Grav Dragon was worse than Mercy Meta. Like, thinking back at it, like, it was so boring.
I think Goats is better than World of Tanks. I still want to move Goats up to C.
I can agree with that.
Just because of the story around it, like a team in like the open division, just go and start beating people with this like broken composition.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish we'd attempt to add more, like the Clockwork Vendetta comp, the like mini Goat stuff that's happening at the moment. Like,
I kind of want to add Clockwork Vendetta because to me that's like an S tier comp.
Yes.
Like, okay, should we just add it?
Yeah. Let's just like Photoshop it in, like just pop it, because the screen's not moving. Let's just add the icon.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put Clockwork Vendetta in S tier, because honestly, to me, that is a really cool composition too. Like, everything about it, and the fact that May, like, a lot more eyes are on May now, kind of because of that. Partially, it's just, I love that.
I still want to move triple DPS up to S tier to an extent, because it reminds me of like teams like Chengdu that ran it against Goats. Like the Farahs, the Hanzos, just all of these like far range, high DPS.
I can hear someone typing a comment right now about triple DPS in, like, you know, plat and diamond. And the experience with that, but like,
but we've all had games where we have like 5 DPS in competitive beforehand, and we still won. You know, you're playing Mercy, and you're just there gonna just damage boosting everybody, dying and dashing, but you're still winning on like Temple of Anubis or whatever. So
I think triple DPS can be quite fun playing like Winston and Hammond and that. Like, I've had fun with that even just before Rollock was added, like very recently. So yeah, sure, we'll do that. All right, awesome. Now this looks pretty final to me. Like, this looks a lot like where things should be. Looking back at all of these though, if I could like wish that I had one of these metas again, I don't really want any of them, honestly, right? Like,
yeah. Maybe a game of Beyblade, one last ride.
Yeah, exactly, one last ride. You know, like how some people say that we have all these compositions, and at the end of the day, everybody just hates all of them because we're never happy. There's some truth to that, right? Like, it's never the perfect comp for some reason.
I feel like it's just looking through ex-girlfriends, and it's like, there were some good times, but fuck, I'm not going back to any of those.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, tier list based on all the metas. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe this is a pretty long video, but it was pretty fun to do.
Like if you agree, dislike if you disagree. I always see tier list videos with loads of dislikes, so let's but only do it if you actually dislike our list.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
we need to
understand
we need to understand how crazy we are.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. All right. Well, yeah, see you guys next time. Until then, peace. Bye-bye.
Bye.